Ang susunod na programa ay rated G. Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood.
Good day, everyone. This is Christopher Sunmi Harris Vilata, your sports buddy. And today's episode, another sports discussion that I'm going to serve on you. Sounds exciting, right? But before anything that will be happen, I welcome you all to sports learning. Yes, buddies, I know you don't have an idea of what kind of sports that I'm going to discuss on you. But because of that, I will give you some certain words or terms that commonly we hear in this kind of sports. And number one is libero, spiking, blocking, taking, and the last one is William J. Morgan. So, do you have an idea? And what is? You're right, it is the sports volleyball. But before that, I will give you a little bit history in the sports of volleyball. Did you know that volleyball was invented in 1895 by William J. Morgan? And the World Championship were held in 1949 was played by the men. In 1952 was played by the women. And in 1964, volleyball was introduced in the Olympic game. And did you know, buddies, that volleyball is the most second popular sports in the world? Sound interesting, right? Now you know. So, after the break, buddies, we will proceed to our sports seat discussion. And don't change your channel because we will be right back. And now we're back to our program, Sports Buddies. And this time, welcome to Sports Seat Discussion. And today, we will going to discuss the rules and regulation in the sports of volleyball. Basically, in playing volleyball, team captains complete a toss coin before the game started. In serving, the server must hit the ball 8 seconds after the first referee whistled for service. The opponent must not attack or block the service. In terms of faults, there will be a fault if a server violates the service order. There will be a fault called if a server doesn't execute the service properly by stepping on the line and not releasing the ball. In gameplay, each team consists 6 players inside the courts, 3 players in the front row, and 3 players in the back row. 2 timeouts are allowed for each team every set and will last only for 30 seconds. And 2 substitutions are allowed for each team. Now, in terms of blocking may be legally accomplished by only the player who are in front line service. Backline players may not participate in a block. Block a spike ball is prohibited. Scoring system. To win a game, team should win 3 sets with a score of 25 points. In case with a tie or 24-24, the play is continuing until the 2 points lead is achieved, and that's the term of slide 2. In case of set tie, a 5th deciding set is played to 15 points with a minimum lead of points just like on the set. Now, in rotation, team must be positioned within its own court in the rotational order and accept the server. Team must rotate appropriately in a clockwise manner. In violation, players are not allowed to touch the ball 2 times in a row, and also not allowed to touch the net, and players not allowed to punt if the ball lands outside of the court. a point is granted. Another point granted if team cannot follow procedures such as playing with palm of hands, double contact, line ball, and stepping. Now, in terms of libero, you see libero players in a 6 players, the libero is the different color or the different uniforms among of the players, and that's the libero. Libero basically to keep the ball off the floor, and the libero cannot serve, spike the ball over the net, or rotate into the front line position. And that's the detail by detail rules and regulation in the sports of volleyball. And that's the end of our discussion. See you next week with another episode of the World Sports. Once again, this is your host, Christopher Son Mijares Bilata, Sports Buddy, saying, sport is always in you. Have a nice day ahead. Bye and good day.